Hello, good morning, or maybe good afternoon, depending on where you are watching from. So my name is Holly Giuliano, and I am here to give you 3 quick tips on following up with your customers using the Sell with Amy app without being icky, right? Or without being, in the words of my teenage daughter, cringy. So we all know that the fortune is in the follow-up, right? We know that, it's a saying for a reason. But I think we've also probably all had those messages that have left us, kind of feeling a little uneasy or possibly even wanting to delete and block someone. And, we don't want to do that because we need to follow up with our customers. And if I have time at the end, I'm going to share with you a quick story about that, about how, as a customer, how I had an experience with that. So my first tip is make sure you're using the appropriate method of communication for your customers. Like, what is making them the most comfortable? Because not everybody wants to get a text. So is it texting? Is it email? Is it Facebook Messenger? So for me, personally, I'm a social seller. I mostly use Facebook and Instagram. So I would say 95% of my customer follow-ups are done on Facebook Messenger, right? And so that's what I mainly use. But I do have a few customers who perhaps aren't on Facebook much, and let's say I have a follow-up that might be time sensitive. They want to get it sooner rather than later. So at that point, I'll ask them like, hey, would you rather I text you? So don't be afraid to ask, because at the end of the day, we want our customers to feel comfortable with the way that we're reaching out. So that is tip number 1. Hey everybody, thanks for coming on. Number 2, and each tip kind of leads into the next one. So tip number 2 is using the message templates. So, that Sell with Amy, they have amazing message templates for so many different, topics of follow-up. But the biggest thing, I think, is making them your own. So take some time, if you haven't already, go into those templates and make them sound like you. Because right now on social media, being authentic is everything. So you really want to sound like you and not like someone else who, your customers are going to sense that. If it doesn't sound like you, they're going to think, okay, this is just some scripted robot. And nobody wants that. So go in, take some time, customize the templates so they sound like they're coming from you. Which leads into the last tip, which this one I'll spend the most time on. And this is regarding Facebook Messenger. So, I'm guessing that a lot of you guys use Facebook, right? Facebook Messenger for your follow-ups and for your customer communications. So in my opinion, there's nothing worse than sending a message about your, whatever kind of follow-up it is, sending a message about your product, and it turns out that 3 hours ago, that person just posted that their dog died. Or, and anything traumatic, like that's ick right there. That's like the biggest ick factor. So you don't ever want to do that. So I'm going to tell you exactly what I do. I'm like literally exactly what I do when I do my follow-ups. If I'm home, which I try to do them when I'm at home, I have my laptop open to Facebook and I have my phone open with the Sell with Amy app, and then of course Messenger. So what I do is I will go to my to-dos and I start my follow-up process. And if it's, now the other thing too, why this is so important is if you guys are familiar with the Facebook algorithms, right? We really only see a very small percentage of our friends' status updates. So, and if again, you're a social seller, you probably have thousands of friends. I have thousands of friends. I don't see everybody's updates. Like I have to physically go and look someone up sometimes, right? So what I do is before I go and I do a follow-up, I pull up on my laptop, I pull up their Facebook profile, and I look to see what have they been up to. Like I look at all of their status posts for the last week and I connect with them. Again, I might leave a comment or two on one of their last posts, and not because I'm trying to be icky, but because I'm being just thoughtful and trying to connect, right? Because that's what social media is. We're being social. So take that opportunity to connect with someone, to connect with your customer outside of whatever product it is you're selling, and leave a comment. And then at that point, so now I have a follow-up to do. I go pull up my app. If I have a message template, I copy and paste that, pull up Messenger, I paste it, but before I actually hit send, I even go one step further, and I still will customize that message. So I'll start with, hey Sally, oh my gosh, I cannot believe your daughter is a senior in high school. Like, when did that happen? And I know that you guys, oh, here's another tip. Ask a question, because they're more likely to respond. So, I know you guys live in Irvine. What high school is she going to? And then, so connect with them on something outside of your product. And then, oh, by the way, I wanted to make sure that you received your XYZ in the mail. Have you started using it? Have you tried them on yet? Have you, whatever it is, let me know. And then again, if there's another way you can leave a question, all the better, because they're more likely to respond. And and if they don't respond, I have tons of customers who don't respond, but they'll message me like, oh my gosh, thank you so much for the reminders. Like if you have, if your product is something that is possibly on auto ship, and you send them reminders about it, like they appreciate that so much. At the end of the day, you just have to be you, be casual. Don't be, just keep it casual, keep it light, be thoughtful, be authentic. And, I think that's really it. One last quick story, because I think I have like maybe 1 or 2 more minutes, that I just want to tell you my experience with someone that didn't follow up with me as a customer, and because of that, they lost me as a customer. And it was just, something that I purchased from a direct seller, and, it was pretty clear that she was trying to hit a rank, and I was okay with that. I get that. But, she never followed up with me afterwards, and it made me feel like, what, she really doesn't really care that much to see if I even like what I purchased. She just wanted to make the sale. And so she lost me. So from that moment on, I was like, I will never not follow up with somebody because I'm uncomfortable doing it, or because I think that they're going to think I'm being icky or cringy or whatever it is. So with that, I'm going to end. I hope you guys enjoy this day. It sounds like we have some amazing speakers. I know I, for one, am excited to watch everything. I absolutely love this app. I could not do my business without it. If you have any questions, please feel free to drop them below, and enjoy the rest of the eSummit. And thank you guys. Thank you, Sell with Amy, for having me. Have a great day, you guys.